Hello, welcome back everyone. And now in this session, we are going to deal with a very interesting problem. The same problem has been asked with one of my subscriber in his Accenture data engineering interview. And he mailed me about this problem. So now we are going to solve this problem with the help of Windows function. So before beginning with this, let's execute some PySpark dependencies. First of all, we will try to understand the problem statement. Then we will jot down the points. How can we solve this problem? And after that, we will write a PySpark code. So let's understand the problem statement. We have an input table which contains two columns, ID and the name, and which have the values like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and the respective name. And what we want in output, we want a swapped name. It means that, like for ID 1, initially we were having a name as A, but now we want a name as B. Similarly, for the ID 2, we were having a name as B and we want a name as A. But for the last ID, which is 5, there is no another number. So here we don't want any swapping. I think the problem statement is clear to you. So kindly pause this video and try to solve it. If you're aware about SQL Server, then try to solve it in that way. We will solve PySpark problem parallel. So let's start. First of all, we will load some dependencies, or we can say that we will create a data frame for it. Now to see the data frame that we have created, we will write df.show, which also contains two columns ID and name. Now think, how can we solve this problem? Means we want a swapping of a number. As you can see that here what we are doing means for odd numbers, like for 1, we are taking a second name, means the next one. And for even, we were taking the older name. Similarly for 3, we were taking next name, and for 4, we are taking previous name. But for 5th, we are not willing to take any name, means the name that belongs to it, it's good to go. So it means that, first of all, we need to find out odd and even names. Sorry, odd and even IDs. Okay. So step 1 will be find out odd and even IDs. Or we can say that rank that we will create. Step 2. Once we are good with odd and even IDs, then for odd IDs, what we want? We want next name. It means that for ID 1, we want B. Now coming to step 3. Then for even IDs, we want previous name. Means for ID 2, we want A. Okay. Now the problem is clear to you. Now we will solve this problem in a various steps. Okay. So first of all, the data frame that we have created, now we will create a rank column here. Okay. To identify odd and even. Because for this case, we have ID 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But might we will have some another scenario. So we will create another column named as rank. So how we can create? We will gonna use the Windows function. So I'm creating df.rank equals to, means we're gonna use df dot with column. We're creating a column named as rank. And what is logic for this? The logic will be, it will be row number, or take as rank dot over window dot order by based on ID. Now let's see the column is created successfully or not. Yes, we have successfully created the column named as rank. Okay. Now what is the next step? We need to identify odd and even. How can we do this? We can use a modulus operator that we have used in a Python or SQL. So let's use that. We will create a new data frame named as df.name. and we're gonna call df.rank for it. And what we want, we will create a new column here. The new column will be a new name. Okay. And what we want first, we want pan column rank is modulus of 2 equals to 1. Then it means that when we're dividing a rank, okay, with 2 and we're getting remainder as 1, okay, like here we will divide and we'll get remainder as 1, then it's an odd one. Like for this case, what we want the next one. So we'll use lead, and for lead, what we want, the next one. So lead will be lead of name, and on which basis, over the same stuff. Okay, let's copy and use it. Okay, now let's execute. Okay, I need to call that df.name.show. So we have created a new column named as new name. As you can see that for odd ranks, we are getting the next name. Like for 1, the name is B here, and it has been replicated to this one. Similarly for the 3, the name is D, that has been present over here. Now we have handled the odd scenarios. And now we need to handle which one? We need to handle even one. So we can write otherwise, means if it is not an odd one, then what we want? We want an even one. Okay. And the code will be same. So if you want, I can copy it and paste it here. Okay. Let's execute this. Okay. Here we want a lag one. Okay. So otherwise shall we use when we are done with when. Okay. So we are seeing some error. Let's do this. Okay. Now the error has been solved, and you can see that for odd one we are getting next one, for even one we are getting previous one. But there is a problem with this one. Okay. How can we handle this? Let's solve this too. So it's a null value here. So for null values, how can we handle? Just we have learned from the last video, we can use coalesce function here. Okay, so what will be? It will be coalesce. Okay, and like we are creating a new name here. Okay, so use here coalesce. Okay, and what we want name. Okay, okay, now you can see that the null has been handled. Okay, so we have created a new column named as new name, in which we have swapped the name. Okay, so this is how we solve the problem. Let's recap. So the problem statement that has been given to us, it contains an ID column and a name column. And what we want to do, we want to swap the name, okay, for the various IDs. If it is an odd one, then we want a next name. For even one, we want a previous one. So what we did, we created data frame. Now we understand that what we have to do. After that, we have implemented a rank function over here and created the separate column names rank. After that, we identify odd and even ranks, and based on that, for odd ranks we have used a next name, for even one the previous one. Then we've encountered a null case, then that we handled with the help of coalesce. Hope so you understand this question. If you're liking my content, please like and subscribe my video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.